All right, we are live. We'll go ahead and send these emails. All right. All of my links are out. Welcome to anyone who just joined. And we'll get started in just a few minutes. So welcome. And yeah, hope everyone's doing well. We have just a few more minutes before we get started to let everyone join on that wants to join for the live. And then we'll get started. I hope everyone had a good week. It's beautiful here. I don't know if you can tell, the sun is like shining in from the window behind the computer. We have about a minute more and then we'll get started. All right, it is 9 a.m. Central, so we'll get started. Welcome, everybody. It is Saturday morning here in northern New York, where I am, and we're going to be doing just a gentle vinyasa flow this morning. So we'll start in Supta Baddha Konasana. And if this is too much on the knees, you can always pop pillows under each knee, although you don't have to. So bring the soles of your feet together and lay it all the way back down on the back. If ever this gets to be too much, you're welcome to plant your feet on the ground and let your knees concave in together. But I'll offer up Supta Baddha Konasana to start. Place your right hand on the belly and the left hand on the heart. Flutter your eyes closed or let them come to a soft gaze on the ceiling. Start to bring your attention inward. Feel the mat, the connection between the mat and your feet, your hips, your back, and the back of your head. Maybe on the backs of the arms. Feel the cool air hitting the tops of your hands and the back of your throat with every inhale. Take a little scan of the body here. Not changing anything or needing to manipulate anything, but just checking in if you hit any spots of the body that are feeling any tension today. Starting with the crown of the head and moving all the way to the toes. Does anything feel different than it felt yesterday or the last time you came to your mat? Once you've scanned the full body, bring the attention to the breath. The rise and the fall of the belly and the right hand with every inhale and exhale. Take note of the lengths of your inhales and the lengths of your exhales. And start to lengthen the shorter one to match the longer one. So each inhale and each exhale is for the same count. See if you can deepen your inhales and exhales by just 1 second. Now see if you can deepen them by 1 second more. Wherever you are, exhale all your stale air out, emptying your diaphragm. And go back to a regular breath pattern. Bring your hands to the outer edges of your thighs. Gently guide them together. Have your feet hip width distance, knees falling in together. Hands can come back to the heart and the belly. Take a moment here to check in. Are you feeling any different than you felt when you first came to your mat? Or maybe you're not. Either absolutely fine. Just check in with how you feel right now. Let your hands fall to your sides and your eyelids blink open. Drop the knees to the right side and then to the left side. Just gently awakening that low back. Squeeze knees all the way into the chest. Give them a hug. Start class out with a little self-love today. You can rock back and forth. We're going to take a happy baby here. Because it's the beginning of class and you might not be opened up, start off reaching for the backs of your thighs and stamp the soles of your feet on the top of the ceiling. Peel the low back down into the mat. If it feels good, you can reach for the calves or the inner or outer edges of the feet, but only if it feels good. We'll get back to happy baby later. So take whatever variation feels right this morning, right now. And start to have some resistance between the hands and the feet. The soles of the feet push up. The shoulders seal back down into their sockets as pulling the hands down. Continue to breathe. You should feel the belly firing up, the abs engaging here. The backs of the legs engaging, the arms engaging. Keeping this same pressure, hand and foot pressing against each other. You can find some gentle movement, rock side to side. And bring the soles of your feet together. Rock side to side here. Just beginning to wake the body up, to warm the body up. Roll onto your left or right side, and we'll all come to a tabletop position. Wrists underneath shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, drop the belly, shine the chest forward, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose, curl through the spine, chin to chest, tailbone tucked. Inhale, cat pose, or cow pose, drop the belly. Exhale, cat. Inhale, plant the left hand and lift the right hand high. Exhale, thread the needle. Bring the hand in between the top of the left thigh and the forearm, resting your right ear on the mat. Square your hips. Find relaxation here, keeping your face soft. Press into the left hand, lift the right hand high, and we're going to take a few of those on breath to movement. Exhale, thread the needle, sweep that hand all the way through. Inhale, lift back up. Arm shoots to the air. Exhale, thread. Inhale, arm lifts. Exhale, thread. Inhale, arm lifts. Exhale, thread. Inhale, arm lifts. Pop that right hand down. Plant the right hand, lift the left hand high. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, thread the needle. Thread that left hand in between the right thigh and right arm and let the left ear rest on the ground. Square the hips toward the back of the mat and lengthen the spine. Press down into the hand, lift the left hand high. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread. Inhale, lift one more time. And exhale, tabletop, neutral tabletop. Tuck the toes under. Press the hips back toward the heels. Press into your thumb, forefinger, and your knuckles. And press the hips all the way back and up into your first downward facing dog. Press into the hands to come up off the wrists. Hip points back and up, reaching toward that space where the wall and the ceiling hits. And go ahead, bend into one leg and then the other. Remembering this is your first down dog, so give yourself a little grace, a little time. It's also the morning. Bend the knees, hip points shoot back and up, then lengthen the spine. And let the heels sink back toward the mat. Look toward your hands and step your feet behind your wrists. We'll take a ragdoll pose here. Grab for opposite elbows. Rock back and forth, side to side. Knees can be slightly bent to take pressure off the low back. Shake the head yes. Shake the head no. Shake the head maybe. Bend slightly at the knees and roll all the way up, stacking the vertebrae one on top of the other. Head and neck, the last thing to come up. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the ceiling. And exhale, let them descend to either side. Inhale, lift the shoulders to the ears. Exhale, pull the shoulder blades back and let them drop. Once more, inhale, shoulders to ears. Exhale, squeeze back and drop. Inhale, shoulders to ears. Last time, squeeze back together and drop. Beautiful, yogis. Let's start with our Sun A flow. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, twist to the right. Let the left arm drop forward. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, twist to the left. Right arm drops forward. Hips stay square to the front. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Hinge at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Find length in the spine. Tailbone shoots toward the back of your mat. Crown of the head shoots forward. You can place your hands on your ankles or on your thighs. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Pin that belly button back toward the spine. And exhale to chaturanga. Plant the hands, step back to a high plank. Hinge about 2 inches forward. Peel the elbows in, lower down to a half plank, hovering 2 inches. Inhale, upward facing dog. Flip the toes, legs so engaged. The knees lift up off the mat. Chest shines forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hip points shoot back and up. Inhale, look toward the hands. Exhale, walk, step, or jump your feet behind your wrists. Inhale, root to rise. Plant all 4 corners of your feet. Engage the abs and sweep the hands all the way up toward the ceiling. Exhale, hands float down to the sides. Let's take that same little flow, breath to movement 2 times. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, twist to the right. Left hand drops forward. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Find a flat back. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Plant your hands high to low plank. Pin those elbows into your sides. Inhale, upward facing dog. Knees engaged and lifted. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look toward the hands. Exhale, walk, step, or jump your feet behind your wrists. Inhale, root to rise. Engage the core. Arms sweep to the ceiling. Exhale, hands float to the sides. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, twist to the right. Left arm drops forward. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, tailbone and crown of head shooting in opposite directions. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low plank. Option here always to take this on your knees. You can hang out in plank the whole time or just meet back in downward facing dog. No, those are always there for you. One last time. Inhale, look toward the feet. Exhale, step walk, or toward the wrist. Exhale, step walk or jump your feet behind your hands. Inhale, root to rise. Press down into the mat. Sweep the hands up. Exhale, arms float to the sides. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, arms sweep back up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hinge at the hips and lean forward. Inhale, halfway lift, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, plant the hands, Chaturanga Dandasana of your choice. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Let's take a little sun B here. Inhale, look toward your hands. Exhale, step walk or jump your feet behind your wrists. Inhale, chair pose. Sweep the arms up and sit back in your chair. See if you can sit 1 inch deeper. Have your thighs rotating open. Press down into all 4 corners of your feet. Slightly tuck the tailbone to protect the spine. Arms shoot all the way up. Thumbs pointed up toward the ceiling. See if you can sit 1 inch deeper. Tuck the chin just slightly to elongate the back of the neck. And engage that core. Release the hands to the ground. Forward fold. Plant your hand, or halfway lift, reset the spine. And plant your hands, Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low plank. Inhale, lift the right leg high. And take a second here, stack the hips, make some circles. We'll meet in our static 3-legged dog. Right leg high, toes flex toward the ground, hips square. And low lunge on the right. Sweep the right leg in between the hands. Square the feet, rock back and hips rock back and forth. This is our first lunge of class, so give ourselves time. Inhale, lift just up onto the fingertips, squeeze the belly button toward the spine. And exhale, back down. Plant the left hand, lift the right hand high. A little twist. And let the hands float back down toward the ground. Let's come up into a warrior 2. Swivel the back heel down to parallel the back of your mat. Engage the abs and sweep the arms up. We'll bend into the front knee, stacking knee over ankle, tracking knee toward the outer. I'm going to turn and face you toward the outer pinky toes. Press into the knife edge of the back foot. Arms reach out in opposite directions. Gaze falls on your front fingertips. Keep your soft gaze, your drishti. Focus forward. Extended side angle, hinge slightly forward, and tick-tock those hands to 6 and 12 o'clock. Take your top hand here and pop it. You can always too bring your right forearm to your right thigh. But take your left hand and pull that top hip open, manually pulling it back and then floating the hand back up. All right. Reverse warrior, high five the back wall with the right hand, finding length in that right side body, maintaining the bend in the front knee. And it's not necessary. Once we're all back in down dog, inhale, lift the left leg high. And you can stack the hips, remembering it's our first one on this side. Maybe take some circles. We'll meet back. Three-legged dog on the left. And low lunge on the left. Sweep the leg through. Take a moment to set up, rock back and forth. Engage the core, come up on the fingertips. And release back down. Plant the right hand, lift the left hand high for a twist. And come on back down. We're going to come into our warrior two on the left. Swivel the back heel down to parallel the back of the mat. And engage the core to come up into your warrior two. Abs engaged here, knit those low ribs in toward each other like a corset. Press out into those feet, keeping the legs engaged. Hinge slightly forward and tick-tock the hands to 6 and 12 o'clock. Again, take that right hand and manually pull that right hip to open the side body and the hips to fully face that side wall or window, as I have here. And sweep the back hand, or the front hand, the left hand to high five the back wall, reverse warrior. Maintain the bend in the front knee, then lengthen the side body. It's more about reaching up and back than it is about coming all the way back. And cartwheel the hands to frame the front foot, step back into your downward facing dog. Let's take that whole little flow breath to movement. Inhale, look toward your hands. Exhale, step walker, jump your feet behind your wrists. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Can you sit 1 inch lower than you did last time? Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge on the right. Inhale, come up onto the fingertips, engage the abs. Exhale, come back down, plant the left hand. Inhale, plant. Exhale, lift the right hand high for a twist. Inhale, come on back down. Exhale, come all the way back to our warrior two on the right. Inhale, hinge slightly forward. Exhale, tick-tock the hands to 6 and 12 o'clock, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Sweep the right hand to high five the back wall. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to frame the front foot. Step back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, low lunge on the left. Inhale, sweep up to the fingertips. Exhale, come on back down. Inhale, plant the right hand. Exhale, twist left hand, lifts high. Inhale, sweep back down. And exhale, warrior two on the left. Inhale, hinge slightly forward. Exhale, tick-tock the hands to 6 and 12 o'clock. Inhale, reverse warrior, high five the back wall. Exhale, cartwheel the hands all the way down to frame the front foot. Inhale, step back into our downward facing dog. We'll take that one more time. You can follow me or do it on your own breath. So listen to the pace that your breath wants to go. Inhale, look toward the hands. Exhale, step, walk, or jump your feet behind your wrists. Inhale, chair pose. Sweep the arms up. Sit back in your chair, lowest chair yet. Exhale, release the hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, low lunge on the right. Inhale, this time come all the way up to a high lunge. Squeeze the belly button to the spine. And exhale, twist toward the right. Left arm comes forward. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, drop the hands to frame the foot. Inhale, swivel the back heel down, warrior two on the right. Exhale, extended side angle, tick-tock the hands to 6 and 12 o'clock. Inhale, reverse warrior, high five the back wall. And exhale, cartwheel the hands all the way down to frame the front foot. Inhale, upward facing, or downward facing dog rather. Let's take it on the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, low lunge on the left. Feel free to take the first variation or follow me in this new variation. Inhale, sweep all the way up to a warrior or to a low high lunge. Exhale, twist toward the left, right hand drops forward. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hands drop to frame the foot. Step back. And we're going to come into our warrior two on the left. Swivel that back heel down. Extended side angle. Tick-tock the hands to 6 and 12 o'clock. Inhale, reverse warrior. And exhale, cartwheel the hands to frame the front foot. Take a chaturanga or meet back in a downward facing dog. Inhale, look toward your hands. And exhale, drop onto your knees. And if you're not there yet, we'll take a second to all get there. We're going to move into a little ab series. So scoot over onto one hip and lay all the way back down into your Supta Baddha Konasana or your reclined bound ankle. So your soles of the feet will come to touch, arms will come in front of you, and slowly lower all the way down. Know that the lowering down is part of the ab series. So move slowly and engage your core. Beautiful. Your knees fall out to the sides. We're going to bring the hands behind the head. You can interlace the fingers with your thumbs. Your thumbs will be long and they'll run on either side of the base of your neck. Make a little hammock for your head. Give yourself a little massage. Use your thumbs to massage the back of the neck. A little self-care in the middle of practice. Before we move into this ab series, all right. Let your elbows fall out to the sides and make sure you keep your elbows out to the sides. As you start going, they're going to want to come in. Don't let them. Keep the arms parallel with the ground. Your gaze up at the ceiling. Crunch by exhaling and lifting your shoulders up off the ground and your face toward the ceiling. So not in, but up. And inhale back down. Exhale, crunch toward the ceiling. Inhale, back down. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, release. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, release. Keep going on your own time. I won't cue anymore. If you need a little more, you can make a shh sound when you exhale. Shh. That forces your abs to engage more. Use it if you'd like it. Throw it away if it's, making your pets at home angry. Or it's making you angry. We're here for about 10 more seconds. Beautiful, yogis. Use the hands to close the knees up like a book. Rock those knees from side to side, a little windshield wiper motion to release the low back. Cross one leg over the other. We're going to just start rocking back and forth. Start to gain a little momentum. Reach for the backs of your thighs. A massage running all the way up and down the spine until you can come all the way up to a seated position. Uncross the ankles. Plant the toes on the mat. Plant the sits bones down into the mat and lift up the crown of the head, reaching up toward the ceiling to find one long length in the spine. Bring the hands behind the thighs to start. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and down the back. And start to engage the abs and lean backward, up onto the toes. If this is enough, hang out here. If you want a little more, you can parallel the shins, but if that lower back starts to collapse, make sure that that lower back is staying straight and engaged. You can straighten the legs if that's in your practice. You can float the hands to the sides. If you do, peel those thighs together. Don't let them come apart. Breathe. Keep your face soft here. Don't let your jaw clench or your eyebrows clench. And drop the toes, drop the hands behind you. Rock the knees from side to side. Let's take that one more time. Find length in the spine. Plant the sits bones down into the mat. Hands behind the thighs. I kind of like to start grabbing one hand with the other to give myself just a little extra leverage. Shoulder blades together and back. Sweep back onto the toes. Again, if this is enough, this is enough. If you need to lift more, lift more. You can take the same variation you took last time. You can take a different one. Take whatever you need. This is your practice. I am just the face at the front. I'm just the guide. Peel your thighs together. Lengthen the spine. And drop the toes back to the earth. Plant the hands behind you. And drop the knees to either side. Beautiful. We're going to sweep the legs back around. Meet back in our tabletop position. Take one round of cat-cow here. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, curl through the spine. Come on back to neutral tabletop. Tuck the toes under, and we're going to slowly rock the hips back and up into our downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, low lunge on the right. Squeeze the thighs together. Inhale, high lunge. Sweep the arms out and up. Engage the core. And lower hands to prayer pose. So at palms together at heart center. Inhale, hinge slightly forward. Exhale, prayer twist on the right. Left elbow comes to the outside of the right thigh. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twist just a little deeper. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen a little more. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, drop your hands to the inside of your right foot. Toe heel the foot to the upper edge of the mat and drop that back knee down for a runner's lunge. You can drop down to the forearms if it feels good. You can stay up on the hands if it feels good. Take whatever you need here. And toe heel that foot back to center. If you're on your forearms, come up first. Plant both hands on either side of your feet. Press back up to lift the knee and step back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, low lunge on the left. Sweep that leg through. Inhale, high lunge on the left. Hands come out and up, creating an arc with your hands. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center, palms together. Inhale, hinge slightly forward. Exhale, twist onto the left. Bring the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Maintain that bend in the front knee. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twist. Know that you can always pop that back knee down if you need a little extra help with balance. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twist. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twist. Inhale to center. Exhale, drop your hands to the inside of the foot. Toe heel that foot to the upper corner. Drop the knee down and take a little runner's lunge on the left. Option always to come down to those forearms if it feels good. Or if you're like me and your body's feeling a little beaten up today, stay up on your hands. And if you're down on your forearms, come on back to your hands. Toe heel your foot to the inside. Engage that back leg. Lift the knee back up off the mat and step down into your downward facing dog. Inhale, look toward your hands. Exhale, step walk or jump your feet behind your wrists. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Sit back into your chair. See if this is the lowest chair you can have yet in your practice. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, find length in the spine. Shoot the tailbone back, the crown of the head up. And exhale, twist to the right. The left elbow comes to the outside of the right thigh. That left knee is going to want to scoot forward. Don't let it. Scoot the knees in line. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, use that left elbow to leverage a twist to the right side. You can always make a fist too with the left hand and put your right hand on top of it if you need to press down with the right hand. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twist. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Toe heel the feet to just a little more than hip width distance. You can slide the palms underneath the balls of the feet. So your toes, the tops of your toes should be grazing your wrists. The backs of the hands on the mat. Rock the feet back and forward, side to side for a little massage of the hands. This is called gorilla pose. She's one of my favorites. I don't think I do it enough. If you want a little more stretch in the back of the legs, tilt the hip points back and up and lengthen the spine. Make a little space here. And release. Release your hands from under your feet. You can bend one elbow, then the other. You're going to toe heel your feet back together and sit back into a chair pose. See if you can sit any lower. Exhale your hands to heart center. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, twist to the left. Bring the outside of the right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Try to keep your heart above your hips, so your hips are sitting back so much that your heart is higher. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twist. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twist. And one more time. And twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset the spine. Shoot the crown of the head toward the front and the tailbone toward the back. And exhale, plant the hands. Optional chaturanga here, high to low plank, or meet me all the way back in a downward facing dog. Inhale, look toward your hands. Exhale, step, walk, or jump your feet behind your wrists. Inhale, root to rise. Press down into the soles of your feet and sweep your hands all the way up overhead. We're going to take an eagle pose here. So if you know eagle pose and you want to get into it on your own, go ahead. It's a balancing posture. If you want to follow me, follow my guidelines. So go ahead. Start by bringing your arms out in front of you and sweeping your right arm under your left. So that left elbow will be nestled in the right elbow will be nestled in the left crease. Press the hands together. This is going to be your foundation. The harder you're pressing together, the easier it'll be. Pull your arms slightly away from your body, but plant the shoulder blades back in the sockets. Find a point on the wall to focus on in front of you on the left or right side of your arms. Plant your left foot down into the mat and start to lift your right foot. Cross the right foot over top of the left foot to let the right toes land just across on the ground. If this is enough for you, hang out here. If you want a little more, lift that right leg, cross it over, and maybe bring those toes for a bind behind the leg. Squeeze the hands together, squeeze the legs together, and start to sit back into that chair we've been working on. Sit back, try to keep your head over your heart over your hips. Engage the core. When in doubt, focus on that point in front of you. If you fall, that's okay. It's all part of it. Inhale, stand back up. Exhale, release your limbs. You can take a little rock side to side. Bring the arms come around like a sprinkler head. And then let's go ahead and take that on the other side. So sweep the left arm underneath the right. Squeeze the palms together. Shoulder blades or shoulders sinking back in sockets. Plant the right foot and start to lift the left foot. You can cross it over for that first variation. Or you can fully cross it, maybe taking a bind of the toes behind the legs. Squeeze together and sit back down into your chair. Head above heart, heart above hips. Remembering that falling is a part of it. Inhale back up. Exhale, release. Take a moment. Rock the hands from side to side. All right. And let's Sweep the arms up for an inhale. Exhale, dive down, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift, find length in the spine. Exhale, last chaturanga of class. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, pigeon pose on the right. Sweep the right ankle behind the left wrist. Walk the left foot backward. Really set up here. Square the hips. Bring the hands to either side of the hips. Lift the chest just slightly. If you need to pop a pillow or a block underneath the right thigh or hip, go ahead. And if you'd like to put your pigeon to sleep, walk the hands forward. You can come down to the forearms, fists, or all the way down. Keep it active. Inhale, pull the right hip crease back. Exhale, pull the left hip crease forward. And slowly come all the way up. Roll over onto the left, to the right hip rather, and sweep the left leg all the way around. So the left foot is on the outside of the right thigh. So you're gonna look a little like a pretzel. If it doesn't come all the way across, you can let it hang out right in front of the knee. So your right leg still in pigeon pose, your left leg all the way around and on the outside. Grab hold of your knee, give it a squeeze, hug it into the chest. And as you hug it in, let the left hip drop down toward the ground. The goal is to have the sole of the left foot on the ground, but also have equal weight in the hips. Plant the left fingers on the side. Bring the right hand out to the side and sweep it all the way up and over so that your elbow is on the outside of the left knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Let's go ahead and move to the opposite side. Take a little bow for a little counter stretch. And then we're all going to meet back in our downward facing dog. Untangle the legs. Roll over. Get that however you would like. And inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, pigeon on the left. Left ankle comes behind the right wrist. Right leg creeps back. Come and bring both hands to either side of the hips. Maybe propping a pillow or a prop underneath that left hip. And come all the way back down to put your pigeon to sleep. Coming to hands, forearms, or all the way down to the earth. On every inhale, bring that left hip crease backward. And every exhale, bring the right hip crease forward. And slowly walk all the way up. And we'll roll on to sit on that left thigh. So you're on the left hip, the left thigh. Sweep the right leg around till the foot comes to the outside of the left thigh. Squeeze the knee in toward the chest and drop the right hip down toward the ground. Really try to put weight in that hip. You should feel a nice stretch, maybe in the glute, maybe in the IT, depending on what needs it. And you can option to bring that right hand to the ground as an anchor. Left fingers float to the side. Inhale up and exhale, drop the left arm to the outside of the right thigh. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twist. Inhale one more time. And exhale, twist. Release, twist over to the opposite side. Bow forward, kissing the forehead down toward the mat. Let's untangle the legs. We're going to come all the way down to the back. So slowly lower yourself down. We're going to take a bridge pose now. So crawl your heels toward your hips as close as you can get. Snuggle your shoulder blades underneath you. Drop your heels down into the mat. Track your shins toward the front of the mat. So we'll be like pushing down and out with the legs. And let the hips float up toward the ceiling. Chest comes toward the chin, but chin goes up toward the ceiling. So there's still some space between the chest and the chin. Keep those heels pushing down and the shins pushing forward. If you'd like to take a bind, interlace fingers underneath your hips and snuggle those shoulder blades just a little closer together. Release the jaw, make sure the face is soft. If you've taken the bind, let your fingers go. Roll up onto the balls of your feet and roll down from the top down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Beautiful. We're going to take that one more time. If full wheel is in your practice, go ahead and take a full wheel. If not, follow me into another bridge. Press down into the heels, out with the shins. Let the hips float up. If you'd like to take the bind, interlace fingers. Chest comes toward the chin, chin toward the ceiling. If you've taken the bind or you've come into full wheel, start to come back down or let the fingers go. If you're in bridge, roll onto the balls of the feet and lower vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down. Drop the knees from side to side. Go ahead. Welcome both knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. You can rock side to side. Squeeze your right knee into your right armpit and let your left leg go long. Inhale, squeeze toward the armpit. Exhale, cross the right leg across toward the left side of the body, stacking the hips. Arms come out to a T or to goalpost arms. Gaze can be at the ceiling or toward your right fingertips. And welcome that knee back into the chest. Give it a squeeze. Let your left knee come to meet it. Right leg goes long. Inhale, squeeze left leg to left armpit. Exhale, cross the left leg over the body. Stack the hips. Arms come out to a T or goalpost arms. Gaze falling at the ceiling or toward the left fingertips. You can guide that knee back into the chest. Squeeze both knees into the chest. Stamp the soles of your feet onto the ceiling for a happy baby. You can grab the backs of the thighs, grab the ankles, or grab the outer inner edges of the feet. Check in with yourself. How does this feel different than it felt the first happy baby of class? Do you feel a little more open? Maybe you don't. Do you feel anything at all that's different? Just take note. There's no right or wrong answer. And rock side to side, bend and straighten each leg. Take whatever you need, any final movements, any final things you might need to work out before we move in through our final Shavasana. Let's everyone bring the soles of the feet together. Knees out to the sides in Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring your right hand to your belly and your left hand to your heart. And again, just check in. This is the way we started class. Are you feeling any different? Option to take final Shavasana here and let this be your final resting pose if this is comfortable. If you'd rather take a traditional final Shavasana, elongate your legs, let your feet splay out to the sides. Let your palms fall at your sides, face up. Everyone, no matter which you took, relax your eyebrows. Let your jaw be so relaxed, your lips slightly part. Relax your shoulders, your arms, your wrists and fingers. Let them melt into the mat or into your body. Let go of anything in your abdominals, your hips, your inner thighs, your outer thighs, your knees, calves, ankles, the soles of your feet, the tops of your feet and your toes. Let everything melt into the mat as we fully surrender. Final Shavasana is yours for as long as you'd like. And if you're not ready to be guided out, go ahead, close your laptop or phone, or just ignore me. But if you are ready to be guided out, and some gentle movement to the fingers and the toes. Rock the head from side to side. If you're in Supta Baddha Konasana, take the hands to the outsides of the thighs and close the legs up like a book. Let your feet come to hip width distance. Knees collapse in toward each other. Find some movement in the wrists and the ankles. Sweep the arms up overhead. Let the legs lengthen. Stretch. Arms in one direction, legs in the other for a full body stretch. And roll over to your left or right side in fetal pose using the bicep as a pillow. Final Shavasana marks the death of our practice, and fetal pose represents the new life we bring off of our mats and out into the world. Using the strength of your hands, lift yourself back up to a comfortable seated position and bring your hands to heart center. We love the light. The teacher and the student in me honors the love, the light, the teacher and the student in every one of you. Bring your thumbs to third eye center and bow forward. Namaste. Well, thank you everybody for sharing this Saturday morning practice with me. I'm so grateful to have you here, and I'm so grateful to still be doing this a few weeks in. We'll have a restorative, a regular restorative at 4 p.m. tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. And I hope everyone has a great weekend. Enjoy this Saturday.